out today, so I decided to do a little bit of prospecting today, just for the simple fact I don't want to get out and get everything destroyed in the weather. It's rained all night and everything is absolutely soaked. So I came to the Gold Creek. As you see, there's some little washouts inside that bank. I think it's absolutely beautiful. But over here, I do have my sluice box set up. I really don't have the water today that I usually have when I'm out here. It's kind of, I was hoping it would, you know, since it rained all night, I'd have more water than I do, but whatever, that's do what I can do. Let's see, I was going down to about a 1/4 inch, but the 1/4 inch with no more water than I have at the moment, this isn't doing me any good. It's not cleaning out very well. I just can't get the thing set up right, so I'm going to run some stuff anyway. So what I figured I was going to do is screen it to 20 mesh. And what I'm doing here is all this down through here is bedrock. Right down through here. All of this really is. All the way down this edge. So what I'm doing is actually taking a kitchen spoon. I'm breaking all this up. Trying to get all this stuff in between here. If you've seen it just a minute ago before I started, man, it was just black as coal in there. And you know as well as I do, gold being heavy and sitting in this bedrock, that water comes through and that flood, and this stuff's never been broke up. It should be pretty good stuff. So I'm going to clean me, I don't know, a bucket or two, and then we'll look at the ribbed rubber matting at the beginning of that sluice and see if we've got anything in it here in just a few minutes. Man, this stuff is just locked up tight. I mean, you can see all the little material. You see, I busted this piece out. You can see all this stuff. This is just black as coal. That real heavy sand. And that's what we're looking to get today. It's not about quantity as it is as much as quality. So stand by, and here in a few minutes we'll run through to the sluice. Well, as you'll see here in just a second, I'm running this 20 mesh, and you'll see how it's not going into the ribbed rubber matting. That's what I'm fighting. There's just no water. That's why I went down to 20. And as you see, my riffles, as slow as I go, it doesn't matter. It's still loading up on me a little bit. But you spend an hour to drive somewhere, you're gonna do what you can do to see if you can get some color. Which I already see some color in this matting, and which is a good thing. I just don't know if I got it from busting this bedrock, or like I said a few minutes ago, I was actually running some 1/4 inch stuff through this box a minute ago before I played around for about an hour trying to figure out where I could set this sluice box to be able to get enough water to be able to push that 1/4 inch stuff through, which was nowhere in the creek, believe it or not. So I got to do what I can do. This is the best I've got for the moment. As you see all that just sitting there? I mean, that's all black sand, but still, it shouldn't just be sitting there. It should go on through like everything else. And I'm not sure. Let me get this through, and let me see if I can show you a couple pieces of the good Ohio gold. Might have to put it in macro. There's some right down in there. I think that's it right there. I can see it with my bare eye. There's a piece there. And that current's got me messed up, I can't see. Once I pull it up, I'll show you. But to all the people that says, there ain't no gold in Ohio. Well, let me tell you, I used to dredge this unnamed creek in this unnamed area. And I've done very well, and I don't have a dredge anymore, unfortunately. Having this little sluice box makes me wish that I did, because it's 60 degrees and raining today. But on to bigger and better things. See, look at that. I haven't ran just a little bit through there. You see, I'm already loaded up. Nothing more aggravating than not being able to set up your equipment correctly. So let me finish this bucket out, which I don't have very much, and we'll see if we can't look inside the ripples. Alright, so on the wrap up here, what we're doing is I've got all this down to 20 mesh, and I'm just running through this little table here. It's kind of a unique table. I've never seen one like this, so it's a perfect reason of why I bought it. It actually doesn't have any ripples in it whatsoever. It's just a rubber mat, and if it, I probably couldn't be able to show you, but it actually does have a little bit of a little indentation in it to try to help catch it. But when you buy it, it says, screen everything down to 20 mesh and whatever. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to see it. It's such a glare, but as you see on this mat, hopefully, you can see some specks of gold in there. Here's, I don't know, 5 or 6 pieces there, and here's a piece there. There's a little piece right there. I mean, it's all down through here. I'm gonna run a bunch of this here. You see, I got me quite a bit here to run. 1 teaspoon at a time is going to take some time to get this through. So we'll run a couple. We'll see if we can't finish this bucket up. I don't, being 20 mesh, I don't plan on seeing too much. There's a pretty nice little piece right there. I don't think there's going to be anything big, but if I could have run a 1/4 inch today, obviously I had a better chance of getting some better gold. But you got to do what you got to do when you're there. So yeah, there's a couple nice little flakes popping up in there. Definitely not going to get rich, but it's all about having the fun, right?
Did you find any gold?
Well, alright guys, I think today was officially a bust. I got a couple little flakes there. These are micros. There's a one there. A couple up through there. Let's see, here's a couple in here. Oh, let's see. Here's a couple flakes there. A couple more little micros here and there. You can see. There's some real little micros there. And a decent little flake right there. I got a decent one a few seconds ago, but for some reason it just wouldn't sit. And it finally did at the very end of it. So I caught it right before it went down and went ahead and sucked it up. So there's a couple little pieces in there. If I learned anything today, obviously it's the main thing is never leave without your gold pan. So I couldn't do any test panning, even though I've been in that place before. I've never done any test panning before. Scratch that. Even though I've been there before, I couldn't do any test panning to see what I was getting into. So all I could do was just dig and hope for the best. And as you see, if you can't test to see what you're doing, then obviously you're pretty much going to strike out like I did today. But anyway, who cares? I was out. I had fun. Made another video, which I haven't made one for a long time. I noticed that I couldn't talk a lot of times. I kept getting tongue-tied and Probably sound non-educated, but oh well, I don't care about that either. So, well, there's you a little bit of Ohio gold. As you see, it's real fine here. It's all glacial gold. I have seen some pickers out of Ohio and some really nice flakes. However, today on film, I didn't get those. So, oh well. On to the next excursion. Alright guys, I kind of had to redeem myself here, so I wanted to shoot a little ending here of some gold that I have found here in Ohio. You can see right in the middle, there's a pretty decent picker in the middle of this vial. It's wrapped in quartz. Really nice piece. But there's some really nice gold here. This one here's got some garnets and some other trash, not completely cleaned up. But this is one I used to dredge too, so I can actually get down there and get into those rocks and get in deeper instead of with the shovel trying to get around everything. You can actually get in there with a screwdriver and pick stuff and get things where you need it to be. So I just wanted to give you a better example of what's here instead of my video today of my bad experience. But if you're any kind of a prospector, you know that when you go that sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. So this is the proof that it is there and you can find it here. So alright guys, good luck. Thanks a lot for watching.